Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum class 10th. I am your biology teacher, Mrs. Mumtaz Sultan. Today we will discuss the topic endocrine system. It is very important topic. Endocrine system regulates the activities such as growth of the body, reproduction, production of new individuals for the next generation, maintenance of glucose concentration in blood, reabsorption of water in kidneys. We have already discussed the topic reabsorption of water in kidneys. Endocrine system consists of endocrine glands. Endocrine system consists of endocrine glands which secretes hormone. Endocrine system consists of endocrine glands which secretes hormones. Now we will discuss the hormones. What are hormones? Endocrine system uses chemicals to communicate with effectors. Effectors are the body parts. Effectors are the body parts which receive messages from the coordinators and produce response. In case of endocrine system, effectors are nephrons, bones, and liver. These chemicals are known as hormones. Hormones are present, and these glands are present. Different types of glands are present in our body. Like pituitary gland is present in brain. It is attached with the hypothalamus of brain. Next, below the larynx is a voice box. Thyroid gland is present, and posterior to thyroid gland, parathyroid glands are present. Above the kidney, adrenal glands are present. Pancreas also act as endocrine gland and exocrine gland, and these are the ovaries which are present in females, and the testes present in males. Hormone. What is hormone? A hormone is a specific messenger molecule. Message लेके जाता है. A hormone is a specific messenger molecule which is synthesized and secreted. First of all, it is synthesized and then it is secreted by endocrine glands. Types of glands. There are two types of glands, endocrine glands and exocrine glands. There are two types of glands, endocrine glands and exocrine gland. First of all, we will discuss the endocrine glands. Endocrine glands, these glands are ductless. They have no ducts. These glands are ductless and release their secretions, mean hormones, and release their secretions directly into the bloodstream, like this. Release their secretions. These are the secretions directly into the bloodstream. They have no ducts. These are endocrine glands. Endocrine glands are those glands which have no ducts. They release their secretions directly into the bloodstream. Blood carries the hormones, then blood carries the hormones to the target organs or the tissues upon which they act, upon which these hormones act. Next gland is exocrine gland. Many glands in our body are exocrine. Such glands have ducts. These glands, exocrine glands, have ducts for releasing their secretions. For example, digestive glands, skin glands. These are the glands which release their secretions through duct. This is a duct. release their secretion through ducts. The step all many processes are controlled by endocrine glands, which release hormones, and hormones control many processes in insects, in the birds, and in unicellular organism, in also in plants. The stepwise process of metamorphosis. Metamorphosis mean an individual passes through different stages during their life cycle. In many animal is controlled by, and this process is also controlled by hormones. This is the egg. This is an egg. From the egg, caterpillar is emerges, then pupa, and from pupa, adult butterfly emerges. This all process is controlled by, this process is called metamorphosis, and this process is controlled by hormones. Life activities such as cell division in invertebrates. Invertebrates are those animals which have no vertebral column, are regulated by hormones. Hormones also control activities like migration in birds. Hormones have been identified even in unicellular organisms. So unicellular organisms also show coordination with the help of chemicals, hormones. Important endocrine glands. The most important endocrine gland is pituitary gland. Pituitary gland, the shape of the pituitary gland is like P. It is a P-shaped gland, and it is present in the brain, and it is connected, attached with the hypothalamus of the brain. We have already discussed the location of pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is very important gland. It is also called a master gland. Hormones of pituitary gland. Many hormones of pituitary gland influence the secretion of other endocrine glands. Many hormones of pituitary gland influences the secretion of other endocrine glands. That's why they are called trophic hormones. Many hormones, these hormones are called trophic hormones. Many hormones of pituitary gland influence the secretion of other endocrine glands. इन्होंने दूसरे endocrine glands की secretions को control करना है कि उन्होंने ज़्यादा secrete होना है या कम amount में secrete होना है. तो ये कौन करता है? pituitary gland के hormones. उनको क्या कहते हैं? Trophic hormones. However, some hormones of this gland act directly on various tissues of the body. They are also, some of the hormones of the pituitary gland also act on various tissues of the body. Lobes of pituitary gland. Lobes of pituitary gland. There are two lobes of pituitary gland. It is connected with, the pituitary gland is connected with, attached with hypothalamus of the brain, and it has two lobes. Anterior lobe, which is brown in color, you can see, and posterior lobe, which is blue in color. There are two lobes, anterior lobe and posterior lobe. First of all, we will discuss the anterior lobe. It produces many hormones. The most important hormone is somatotropin. Function of this hormone, it promotes the growth of body. This is anterior lobe. The hormone which is secreted by this anterior lobe is called somatotropin. The function of the somatotropin is the growth of the body. There are conditions. If the secretion of somatotropin is normal, then the growth of the body is also normal. But if the secretion of the somatotropin is above the normal or below the normal, then the growth of the body is not normal during growing age. During growing age, the production of the hormone is diminished, if the production of the hormone mean deficiency, if the production of the hormone is diminished during growing age, hormone means somatotrophin, the rate of growth decreases. If the production of somatotrophin is diminished, is decreased during growing age, the rate of growth decreases. This condition is called dwarfism. This condition is called dwarfism, in which an individual become short. Overproduction. If somatotrophin is excessively produced after growing age, during growing age, sorry, if this hormone somatotrophin is excessively produced during growing age, this is also during growing age, this is also during growing age, then it leads to gigantism. It leads to gigantism, in which an individual becomes very tall and overweight. Third condition, if somatotrophin is excessively produced after growing age, this is the condition after growing age, internal organs and body extremities alone grow large. सिर्फ ग्रोथ इंटरनल ऑर्गन्स, जो इंटरनल बॉडी में इंटरनल ऑर्गन्स हैं उनकी ग्रोथ होगी, या बॉडी एक्सट्रीमिटीज की ग्रोथ हो सकती है, लाइक लिम्स, लेग्स, हैंड्स, जॉ बोन्स, ये जो हैं वो बड़ी हो सकती हैं क्योंकि ये आफ्टर ग्रोइंग एज है. एंड दिस कंडीशन इज नोन एज एक्रोमेगली. Such person will have large hands, feet, and jaw bones. Like this, you can see. This is dwarfism. This is gigantism, in which an individual becomes very tall and overweight. This is acromegaly, in which internal organs increases and become large, internal organs become large, and also jaw bones and hands and feet, hands and feet and jaw bones become very large. First hormone we have discussed is somatotrophin, which promote the growth of the body. Second hormone, which is secreted by the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland, is thyroid stimulating hormone. This is also called TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. This is secreted by anterior lobe of the pituitary gland, and this is thyroid gland. थायराइड स्टिमुलेटिंग हार्मोन है. ये हार्मोन रिलीज कहाँ से हुआ? पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड से रिलीज हुआ हार्मोन, और इसने किसको स्टिमुलेट करना है? थायराइड ग्लैंड्स को, कि वो क्या करें इस हार्मोन में, TSH थायराइड स्टिमुलेटिंग हार्मोन ने, कि वो थायराइड ग्लैंड को स्टिमुलेट करे, कि वो क्या करे, वो हार्मोन सिक्रीट करे. This is a thyroid gland. It stimulates thyroid stimulating hormone. It stimulates thyroid gland to secrete its hormone. This is released by anterior lobe of pituitary gland. This hormone is called thyroid stimulating hormone. This hormone stimulates the thyroid gland. This is thyroid gland to secrete its hormone. Remaining hormones we have discussed two hormones, somatotropin, which promotes the growth of the body, and second is thyroid stimulating hormone. It stimulates the thyroid gland to secrete its hormone. The remaining hormones of the anterior lobe, other hormones, there are also some other hormones which influence the reproductive organ and controls adrenal glands. Now we will discuss the posterior lobe, anterior lobe. Uh, there are two types of hormones, somatotropin, and the other hormone is thyroid stimulating hormone. Posterior lobe, anterior lobe secrete two types of hormones, and some other types are also present. Some other hormones are also secreted by the anterior pituitary gland, but we have discussed the two hormones which are secreted by anterior lobe of the pituitary gland. These are somatotropin and thyroid stimulating hormone. Second lobe is called posterior lobe. This is called posterior lobe. Posterior lobe of the pituitary gland stores and secretes two hormones, that is vasopressin, and other is oxytocin. First of all, we will discuss vasopressin in detail. This is also called anti-diuretic hormone, ADH. Vasopressin condition, vasopressin retaining the water and less amount of urine. It increases, vasopressin increases the rate of reabsorption of water from nephrons. यानी नेफ्रॉन से वाटर को रीअब्सॉर्ब करके किसमें भेजता है? बॉडी फ्लूइड्स लाइक ब्लड and other body fluids. When we have low amount of water in our body fluids, pituitary gland secretes vasopressin, and so more reabsorption of water occur from nephron into the blood. In this way, body retains water and less amount of urine is produced. इस तरह जो बॉडी में वाटर का लेवल, बॉडी फ्लूइड के अंदर, जैसे ब्लड के अंदर वाटर लेवल जो फॉल कर गया था, दोबारा से वाटर लेवल रिटेन हो गया ड्यू टू वेसोप्रेसिन. वेसोप्रेसिन जो सक्रीट किया पोस्टीरियर लोब ऑफ द पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड. तो दिस वेसोप्रेसिन ने किसको जाके किया? नेफ्रॉन को. इट इंक्रीजेस द रेट ऑफ रीअब्सॉर्प्शन ऑफ वाटर फ्रॉम नेफ्रॉन. तो वाटर का जो लेवल है वो बॉडी फ्लूइड में रिटेन हो गया. नेक्स्ट कंडीशन है कि लेस वाटर रीअब्सॉर्प्शन एंड मोर अमाउंट ऑफ यूरिन. इन दिस केस व्हेन बॉडी फ्लूइड्स हैव मोर than normal water, normal से ज्यादा, there is a decline in the secretion of vasopressin hormone. वेसोप्रेसिन कम होगा स्क्रीट, क्योंकि बॉडी के अंदर ऑलरेडी वाटर ज्यादा है, तो कम रीअब्सॉर्प्शन होगी, तो यूरिन कैसा होगा? डाइल्यूट. If pituitary gland does not secrete this hormone in the required amount, less water is reabsorbed from the nephron and there is excessive loss of water through यूरिन. अगर पास औकात ये डिसऑर्डर भी होता है कि पास ऐसे जो है बच्चों में होता है कि वेसोप्रेसिन रिलीज नहीं होता, जिसकी वजह से उनकी बॉडी से ज्यादा पानी जो है वो एक्सपेल आउट हो जाता है. और दिस कंडीशन इज कॉल्ड, दिस इज आल्सो कॉल्ड डायबिटीज insipidus. This is called diabetes insipidus. This is posterior lobe of pituitary gland. This is posterior lobe. This is posterior lobe, which secrete anti-diuretic hormone in vasopressin, which increases the rate of water from nephrons. Second hormone of posterior lobe, which is secreted by posterior lobe, is oxytocin. The function of the oxytocin, this hormone stimulates the contraction of uterus wall in mothers for childbirth. Second function is it is necessary for the ejection of milk from breast. These two functions. Oxytocin, there are two hormones which are secreted by posterior lobe. First is called vasopressin or antidiuretic hormone, and second is called oxytocin. Now we will discuss the second gland, and this gland is called thyroid gland. And this gland, this is the largest endocrine gland, not exocrine, endocrine gland in human body. It is present in neck region below larynx. Larynx is a voice box which is made up of cartilage. It is present between the pharynx and trachea. And thyroid gland is present below the larynx and produces a hormone, thyroxine. Thyroid gland produces a hormone, thyroxine. The iodine is required for the production of this thyroxine. If a person lacks iodine in diet, thyroid gland cannot make its hormone. If iodine is required for the production of thyroxine, if required iodine is not present in the diet, thyroid gland cannot make its hormone. In this condition, thyroid gland enlarges, बड़ा हो जाएगा, and this disorder is called goiter. Thyroxine, in what the function of the thyroxine? The function of the thyroxine is it increases the breakdown of food and release of energy in body. This is the process of respiration in which oxidation of food occur and energy is released. It is responsible, thyroxine is responsible to increase the oxidation and release energy. It is also responsible for the growth of body. Second function of thyroxine is it also is responsible for the growth of the body. Main function for the growth of the body is somatotrophin hormone, but thyroxine is also concerned with the growth of hormone. There are two conditions. If the production of thyroxine is normal, then it increase the normal increase of breakdown of food and release of energy. If the production of thyroxine is not normal, then there are two conditions. One is hypothyroidism, is caused by underproduction below the normal, underproduction of thyroxine. It is characterized by low energy production in body, due to which energy production is low. Hypo mean low, low production of thyroxine, and therefore the energy production is also low in the body, and this energy production is low in the body. There is slowing down of heartbeat. Second condition is hyperthyroidism. It is caused by overproduction of thyroxine than the normal. Its symptoms are increase in energy production, increased heartbeat, frequent sweating and shivering of hands. क्योंकि ओवर प्रोडक्शन हो रही है ना, ओवर प्रोडक्शन है थायरॉक्सिन की, तो इसकी वजह से जो एनर्जी है उसकी प्रोडक्शन भी ज्यादा हो रही है. जब एनर्जी की प्रोडक्शन ज्यादा हो रही है तो उसके साथ साथ ये जो है वो ऑक्सीजन भी ज्यादा यूज हो रही है. ऑक्सीजन जब ज्यादा यूज होती है तो उसकी वजह से ब्रीथिंग रेट हाई होता है, उसके साथ साथ हार्ट बीट भी तेज हो जाती है और फ्रीक्वेंट स्वेटिंग भी बहुत ज्यादा होती है क्योंकि एनर्जी ज्यादा प्रोड्यूस हो रही है. एक्स्ट्रा एनर्जी जो है वो रिलीज होती है इन द फॉर्म ऑफ हीट, जिसकी वजह से बॉडी जो है हीट अप हो जाती है और फिर स्वेटिंग से कूलिंग होती है. इसके बाद शिवरिंग ऑफ हैंड्स. थायराइड ग्लैंड प्रोड्यूस अनदर हार्मोन. फर्स्ट हार्मोन इज thyroxine. The function of the thyroxine increase the breakdown of food and release energy, and second function of the thyroxine is the growth of the body. Similarly, the second hormone released by the thyroid gland is called calcitonin. It decreases the level of calcium ion in the blood. ब्लड के अंदर कैल्शियम को कम कर देता है and promotes the absorption of calcium from blood, क्योंकि वो कैल्शियम को ब्लड से लेके किसके अंदर एब्जॉर्ब कर देता है into the bones. bones become strong. Is thyroid gland, which secrete two types of hormones, thyroxine and calcitonin. Calci mean calcium. It decreases the level of calcium ions in the blood. And फिर वो किधर गया? वो जो calcium है, it promotes the absorption of calcium from blood into the bones, and bones become strong. This is goiter. When thyroid gland enlarges, this disease is called goiter. Now, these are MCQs. First statement: which hormone of pituitary gland controls the level of water in blood? Oxytocin, TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, antidiuretic hormone, and somatotropin. Second MCQ statement is hypothyroidism is caused by overproduction. Hyper mean होता है high. Hyperthyroidism is caused by overproduction of thyroxine, underproduction of thyroxine, overproduction of insulin, overproduction of glucagon. Draw the diagram of pituitary gland and thyroid gland.